A very good evening, respected dignitaries. Am I on? Yeah. Dear BMA members and all the attendees. I, Dr. Aditya Gupta, on behalf of Bhopal Management Association, welcome you all to this very much awaited and contemporary session on the topic how entrepreneurs and startups can show their strategic leadership skills during COVID-19. We are very fortunate to have with us as a speaker Dr. Nishtha Tyagi Pachauri. She is an entrepreneur, academician, certified corporate trainer, author of the book Unlock Virtual Interviews, and a podcaster. I would like to announce to all the participants that this is a recorded session and will later be uploaded to the BMA official YouTube channel. For a formal welcome and to start the program, may I now have the privilege to invite the co-chairman of Bhopal Management Association, Shri Pradeep Karambelkar sir, to please deliver his opening remark.
Good evening all and good evening everyone and welcome Dr. Nishtha. We are fortunate enough that BMA is welcoming you and will listen your thought process on this very typical subject, a very tough subject. मैं भी यही सोच रहा था कि ये इसको ultimately deliver कैसे करेंगे, तो मेरे लिए तो बिल्कुल ये एंटरप्रेन्योर्स के लिए स्ट्रैटेजिक लीडरशिप में कैसे आप चेंजेस लाएंगे, दैट्स वंडरफुल टॉपिक। एंड मैं खुद भी सोच रहा था जब टॉपिक मैंने पढ़ा कि इस पे हम क्या सीख सकते हैं, जैसा सो दैट्स वंडरफुल। और जिस तरह से आपके क्रेडेंशियल्स हैं, राइट फ्रॉम एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप्स टू एकेडमिक्स टू कॉर्पोरेट ट्रेनर टू ऑथर टू पॉडकास्टर, इसमें से बहुत से तो हम लोगों के ड्रीम्स हैं कि हम भी कभी ऐसा कुछ कर पाए। So with that, I welcome you to this BMA, Bhopal Management Association's Leader Speaker Series. And really, those who are listening to you will get benefited out of it. And definitely those people who will listen to your podcast or your recorded version will also get benefited out of it. So on behalf of Bhopal Management Association, I welcome you and all our respected members who are here also to listen to you and there to encourage you to have this session. Welcome, Dr. Nishtha, and the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, sir. A very warm good evening, each one of you, especially to Naren Chibber, sir, for providing me this wonderful platform and this opportunity to be a part of BMA. And it's a wonderful organization, and with whole my heart, I would love to thank each one of you. Pradeep sir, Rajiv sir, and so many, wonderful people are there. And it's already a privilege to be a part of such an association. Thank you so much. And I would love to welcome each one of you here on this webinar. And it's going to be really very interactive and very participative kind of a webinar. So I would really appreciate if we all can have some kind of a discussions by the end of it. And let's start, let's get to the point. Like today we'll be talking about like how entrepreneurs and startups can develop strategic leadership skills, especially during COVID-19. So now we already know like who is a leader. Leader is somebody like you and me, right? Somebody who's very normal but very ordinary person, but have got extraordinary skills, right? And the time when a leader is being tested is the most unprecedented time during the testing times, especially during, we all have seen like the wonderful leaders who have excelled during the COVID-19. So a leadership test is always taken during a testing time. We all have seen that. And this is such an unprecedented time that we don't know that the COVID-19 curve will spike high or it will stoop down or it will have a flat curve. We are, it's something which is very much unpredictable. So what is most important here is that we need to adapt. We need to learn. Leader is somebody who can, be that light in the darkness, somebody who can just illuminate things, who can just be that beacon light, somebody who can, empower others as well. So this is what we'll be talking about from the point of view of startups and entrepreneurs, because I'm sure that most of you would agree on that the startups and entrepreneurs have to face a lot of challenging. Being an entrepreneur on my, I have got an experience of being an entrepreneur, so I have faced such challenges and would love to share my experiences. And I'm sure that you all are, such people who have got a wonderful experiences of your own life. So would love to hear from all of you as well. So it's going to be a really interactive session. All right. So with that, I'm just sharing my screen with all of you. Sir, it is showing that host disabled attended screen sharing. Can you just activate it? I cannot share my screen.
It's activated.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right. Yes, now I can share my screen. So I'm just sharing the complete presentation, and if you all can just view it, any of you can just unmute the mic and tell me, can you all view it? All right. Thank you so much, Pradeep, sir. Right. So today we'll be talking about how entrepreneurs and startups can show their strategic leadership skills, especially during COVID-19. All right. So this is about little introduction about me. I'm Dr. Nishtha Tyagi Pachauri, as sir has already, told about it as well. All right, so today we'll be talking about like what does it take to be a leader? What are the do's and don'ts, and how can you be that light in the darkness? How can you illuminate around, and how can you, elevate the kind of a risk that entrepreneurs keep on facing? And especially during COVID-19, we have seen like a lot of businesses have been shut down. A lot of startups are having fund issues or multiple other problems. So how can you deal with such things? And here, as you can, just see that from December 2019, when Corona has hit the complete world and it has brought the complete world on its knees, and how drastically it has affected all the businesses all across the world. And gradually the impact has, we all can see in the India as well, that this is how it has impacted in India as well, right? So this is the startup reality. Now, this research, I have taken it from Your Story magazine, and here they have shown that COVID-19 impact on startup has been like very drastic. Almost 40% of startups has halted their operations. Can you just imagine? Like 40% have just halted their operation. 92% of the people have, seen. Have faced revenue problems. They didn't had cash to work. I mean, entrepreneurs were running out of cash because there was a crunch that was happening in the economy, in the world economy. We have seen like 62% of the businesses have got closed. So this is again something very interesting study, and we all have witnessed that how badly businesses have been shut down, how entrepreneurs were facing a lot of problems, and how can you come out of it. It's very important. Now, what are the general challenges a startup or an entrepreneur have to face? There are cash issues, especially during the testing time, the unprecedented times when you don't have cash around. When there was a lockdown, people cannot go out, they cannot go for shopping. There was cashless economy that was going around. So there was a cash issue that was happening with the startups and entrepreneurs, because they were having financial issues, they were having financial problems. There was a supply chain that just got distracted. Like there was complete chaos about it. People were not able to go out. There was not a proper logistics that was being maintained and everything. Employees faced a lot of problem because the hashtag that was on trend, work from home, nobody was able to accept it and adapt it that easily. So that was again one of the major issues, like how to make employees come back after the lockdown to your organization, and how to engage them during the lockdown while they are at home and working from home. That was again one of the major challenges that entrepreneurs in the big organizations and the corporate organizations were facing. And how to deal with consumers as well. Like there was lack of cash, so obviously people were not going out to shop unless there was some health related thing, or some kind of a super grocery shops really did well during the lockdown. We all have seen it, right? So apart from that, other businesses have failed, and they have faced a lot many problems. So how can we just come out of it? How to communicate with the team? Now, we never imagined in our life that this would be the complete scenario, and this would be the new normal, that I'm just sitting in front of all of you and we are having a meeting. And this is something which is very real, and this is something which is happening. Like everywhere meetings are happening either through Skype, Zoom, or Hangout, and all such platforms. So this is something which is very normal and very real, and we never expected. So how can you communicate with your team? How can you engage your team? How can you get the human resource capital which was involved in your business and organization? That is again one of the biggest thing. Another hurdles and challenges that entrepreneurs and startups has faced about was um, finding out a venture capitalist or angel investors or HNIs, because people who have already invested in your business, they were not willing to do so again. Like they just wanted their money back. They no longer wanted to invest in your money. And because of the cash crunch, even the startups and entrepreneurs were not in a position to give them interest or repay them back the money. So again, that was one of the biggest challenges that the startups and entrepreneurs were facing. Now, the number one challenge that all the time they face is the self-doubt. There are so many questions that keep on running around in their head, like, will I be able to work on that idea? Will I be able to work on that startup? Will it be successful? How much money I'm gonna earn out of it, or how much profit would be there? And we always want to believe, like, keep thinking and calculating and evaluating and analyzing about, like, what would be the end result of it. So there is always self-doubt about it, that will this idea work? Will this startup work? Will this venture work? So these are the kind of questions that the startups and entrepreneurs keep facing. Another challenge they face is lack of resources, like I said, because of, especially during the corona times, when when cash was not there, so they faced the capital issues as well. So capital management is another skill that they need to learn and know about. And also sacrificing security. Since you are an entrepreneur, you never get Sundays, you never get week offs. You are not at a safe side of 9 to 5 where you will be getting a paycheck by the end of the month. No, you won't be getting the salary. So you have to work on your own. You have to be there 24/7 for your team, for your organization, for your business, for your startup. Nobody else can replace that, or you cannot find any of the excuses there as well. And also lack of real support. There might be times when your friends are chilling around and having a party and giving you a call that let's party tonight, or just catch up during the weekend or something, but you have got some important meeting or something. You cannot escape it. Being an entrepreneur, being in startup, you will not be able to find out time for such things. You will be so much occupied with your work and everything. So it would be like, it's a tough thing. Another challenge that they keep facing is about technical know-how. And COVID-19 has taught us that we need to embrace change. The quicker you will embrace change, the quicker you will learn about new things. We never, previously people never knew about Zoom or these kind of a meeting, virtual platforms where people can have interaction and meetings and so many other things. But now these things are so common. So they need to learn and adapt to the technological know-how as well, which is very, very important. And corona has taught each one of us during these times. Now again, multitasking is again one of the biggest quality an entrepreneur and startup have to have, because you have to manage everything. You have to manage right from your HR department, your production department, your finance team, your everything, your marketing. So many things are there, and you just have to multitask everything. You need to just balance, you need to just plan out things, and you have to at times multitask such things. So these are again one of the challenges. Again, industry, see, change is something which is the only thing constant, right? We all have read it, we all have heard about it, but do we really apply on it? Because we need to adapt the new change. We need to see that what's going to be the next future, right? So industry is changing drastically, and we need to adapt to what are the new changes which are happening. We never imagined that everything gonna be at home these days. I mean, people have done exceptionally well while at home during the corona times as well, and they didn't find the excuse for it. Again, you need to learn about the tax laws, the compliances, that how much ITR has to be filed, or what are the new norms and everything. So everything, every compliance have to be known about. You cannot be ignorant about it. These are some of the again major challenges that the startups and entrepreneurs are facing, especially when it comes to patent, trademark, and so many other rights and things, right? And again, team is very, very important. I mean, your team can either make you or they can just break you. So it is your choice, like how in a very cohesive manner, in a very diligent manner, you just team up the best possible human resources in the organization. That's very, very important. So again, you need to have the best of the employees, and you need to engage them, and you need to keep them, and maintain that kind of an empathetic attitude towards them. Again, complete ownership, since we already know that it is your responsibility. It was your idea, it was your startup, it was your business. So complete responsibility goes to you, that how you gonna do it, how you gonna plan out everything, and how things would be working, right? So it's complete ownership is like all yours. Again, there would be times when you may feel very lonely, that people are doubting on you, that I told you should not start up this thing, this idea won't work. I told you that this business won't work. I told you that you should not be an entrepreneur, but you should have a safe path and find a job and work there. There might be times when people will question your decisions, but then you have to tackle such situation in a very positive stride and in a very positive way, right? Again, finding some consumers and the customers for your business is one of the major challenges, especially when people are not going out, when there is a lockdown, when people are very resistant towards, like, they may caught up with virus or something. So how to hit your potential consumer, how to hit the market, your TG. So this is again one of the major challenges that entrepreneurs and startups are facing. And also you have to manage your risk, you have to solve problems. The quality of a leader is that only, like, there are people who, whenever any kind of a problem just comes up to them, they'll just get grumpy about it, they just keep cribbing about it. Oh god, this has happened, now what to do? Oh god, I never imagined that this gonna happen. They always find excuses and problems and so many other things. But a true leader have to find solutions, they have to find opportunities in all the adversities, they have to be more solution oriented, they have to be more positive about things. Again, competition, because there are nth number of competitors which are available there, then how can you outbeat them, how can you outdo them? And I'm sure that you all might have met some or the other startups or entrepreneurs, or might be having in your friend circle. So just share, like, who do you think, like, what are the qualities according to you are needed in a leadership? Like, who can be called a good leader, especially during the testing times? Now, while gradually I'll be going through it and will be telling about it, but would really appreciate if you can be more interactive and share your comments about it, that how do you think that, what are the qualities of a leader, especially during the COVID-19? Do share it in the chat box. By the end of the session, I'll be reading all the comments, and also we'll be having a discussion. So keep sharing, right? And another thing is that, it happens that you, in a day, you have got lot many ideas that I can do this, that, and this, right? But some of the ideas never work, some fail, but you have to accept that thing, that failure is not permanent, it is something which is temporary. So you have to come out of it, and you have to accept it with a grace. And also, like, you are dealing with the failure, you have to deal with the success, because every time you are successful in some idea or some business or something, that's not the last thing. To sustain it, to be persistent about it, to be consistent about it, that is more important. That how can you outbeat yourself from the last performance? That's what's most important is. All right, so now I'll be talking about some of the very interesting case studies, which I'm sure we can, just learn a lot from them, because they'll teach us so many things, like how important is integration for a leadership, how important is collaboration, outsourcing, and innovation and inclusion for any of the leader is. Number one case study we'll be talking about is Facebook. It's the world's largest content management company with zero content of its own. I mean, can you beat that? If a company doesn't have a content and they're just selling the content and minting money out of it, that's something really wonderful and phenomenal. So their major business model deals up with is that they're earning through ads which come up, like Facebook advertisements and all. They're earning through it. So previously Facebook's name was Hot or Not, and now it's name, I mean, I don't have to mention, we all are there in Facebook, right? And now just look at the kind of a revenue they are just generating through Facebook ads. It is around 85% of the revenue from Facebook ads has been generated. The second case study that I'll be talking about is WhatsApp. And I don't need an introduction to this app, because we all are on WhatsApp and our lives have become more easy with the WhatsApp. And the most beautiful thing about this venture is that world's largest messaging service with zero server of its own. I mean, these are some of the companies who doesn't have anything of their own, but are, dealing with millions and billions of dollars, right? So this is something which is which is a must case study for each of us to know about it. So these are the founders. I don't have to name them, Brian Action and Jan Kohn. We all have read about them. We all have studied. I mean, international universities, be it Oxford, Harvard, all are reading about these case studies. Like, how wonderfully are they dealing with such thing? And the most beautiful thing about this is that when Brian went to Mark Zuckerberg for the job, he was rejected. And then he opened WhatsApp, and WhatsApp was one of the major competitor of Facebook. Now we already know that Facebook has taken over WhatsApp, but then still, just imagine that he was rejected from the job of a Facebook. And he also worked in 2010 with a Yahoo Messenger, which was there. So again, The third case study that we'll be talking about is Airbnb, which is again one of the world's largest accommodation provider with zero property of its own. They doesn't have their own property, but they are selling property. So their business model is again very interesting because it deals with C2C directly. If anybody wants to rent their house or their accommodation, they just have to contact them. They'll just deliver it from the C2C mode. So this is again something very interesting. And we already know the founder as well, Brand, Joe, and Nathan. And they have created something which world never could imagine. So this is again one of the best business models that they have just created, Airbnb, with a valuation of $30 billion, and it is worth seeing. Another case study that we'll be talking about is Uber, which is world's largest taxi service with zero taxi of its own. They doesn't have their own taxi. All you need is that you just have to download the Uber app. You, wherever you are, you will just get the taxi and a driver, and they can just drop you anywhere you want to. I mean, they just had an idea and they just developed a business model out of it and just sailed through it. So this is again something really very wonderful about it. And these are the founders, as you can just see, and how wonderfully they have just said. The last case study about it is Alibaba. Now again, he's known as one of the biggest leaders. Why? Because he's a valuable retailer with zero inventory of his own. He doesn't owe any inventory. He doesn't have any kind of inventory or something, but he is dealing in a retailing kind of a model and selling products across the world. And Jack Ma doesn't need introduction. I mean, he is somebody, he has taught how businesses have to be done in the world, right? So now just see his work. Like Alibaba had a sale in 2014 around $420 billion, which is really huge, and more than 300 million customers they have. Right, so these are some of the wonderful startup and entrepreneur leaders who have taught us that without any capital, without any cash flow into the economy, just with the idea, with a good business model, with a scalability of the model, with a sustainability of a good model, how can you develop, nourish, and grow? How can you have exponential growth out of it? So again, this is wonderful thing to learn from them. And now how leadership can be developed during COVID-19 is something, I mean, I'm sure that you all are writing like what according to you takes, what are the qualities according to you during the testing time a leader should have. So keep writing it down. By the end of the session, I'll be reading all the comments. Keep writing, like, and also talk about like, what do you think? Like, what are the challenges startups and entrepreneurs have to face these days? What are the challenges according to you? I have mentioned though most of it, and I've tried to cover most of it, but I'm sure that you might be having some other idea or something. So you can just share it here. All right. So number one thing in leadership during COVID-19 is required is that you have to radiate energy. Energies never lie. You always have to radiate positivity around you. Whoever is working, your team, your anybody who's watching you, they're just getting inspired from you. They're just looking up at you. There is a lot of darkness around, but you can be that light. You can just illuminate things. You can be that beacon light. You can just help them in some other way. So again, this is one of the major qualities of a leader, that you have to radiate good and positive energy. You have to be very proactive. You have to have a very proactive attitude towards everything. Whatever you are doing, just do it in a very pro and a very active way. Delegate tasks in a very systematic way. There should be lack of confusion whenever you are delivering any of the task or anything, whatever you are communicating with your team, especially when everybody was at home, especially when work from home is happening. So it is a duty of a leader, be it any kind of a leader, that you have to communicate with the team very properly and systematically. You have to be approachable. You have to be always ready for them. You have to be accountable for them. You cannot just blame if something wrong goes on. You have to take accountability out of it. You have to accept it that, okay, fine, problems happen. Sometimes things don't happen the way we want it, right? But you have to accept it. You have to embrace it, and you have to work for what best can be done. You have to be decisive. You have to be the first one to put forward yourself and take a proper decision about things, right? So these are some of the skills and qualities which are very much required. You have to develop a contingency plan about it. You have to plan a complete, and you have to give the support to the team who are looking at you, for enlightening them, for being that light, for elevating risk. and for helping them out, for showing them the right path. This is what is the duty of a good leader is, right? So you have to launch good initiatives. You have to believe in the kind of a system we are having around, right? And also the test of a leadership comes is, especially like in the beginning, I told, like, you know, what is most important, that leadership is being tested during the unprecedented time, during the testing time. And the corona is the best time when a good leaders can be tested. We can see, you know, leaders can either make things or they can just break things. So there have been wonderful people who have done wonderful acts of kindness and support and empathetic act during the COVID times as well. All right, so how can you, you know, just test leadership on these parameters? Number one is that communication has to be very transparent, right? Your team should be knowing about it, your employees, your customers, everybody should be knowing about it, that what's going to happen, like what is a strategy, how we'll be how can we, you know, just sail through COVID-19, what best can be done, how can you make your employees and everybody. I'm sure that we all have read during our management days Maslow's hierarchy, right? And there was a point of feeling of being safe, right? So safety is one of the basic needs of any human being. And if you are able to you know, give them a safe environment to work with, if you can give them that kind of a surety, if they feel more secure while they're working in the organization or in the corporate unit, then yes, you are a good leader, right? So communication is very important. Healthy relationships have to be maintained, right? That is again very important with whosoever, any of the stakeholders, be it your investors, be it your stockholders, be it your employees, be it your customers, be it anyone, XYZ, anyone. So you have to maintain a very healthy relationship with them. You have to manage your employees in a very you know, systematic way, in which they feel trusted, they feel, you know, being a part of the organization. That's very much important. You have to engage your team, you have to make them feel safe, secure, and in a good and sound environment to work with. Only then, you know, with a good team, only your business can just grow and leaders can be tested, right? So again, communication, and these are some of the skills and through which a leader can be tested. Now, what are the qualities of a strategic leader? When specifically we talk about strategic leadership, it is about adapting personal operational model. Like, you have to talk with your team, you have to try and understand that what are your strengths and how can you you know, deliver that strength, how can you delegate, how can you be more positive, how can you radiate that energy, how can you communicate, how can you manage time efficiently and effectively in both ways, how can you manage everything around in the organization, how can you just seize the moment, how can you just adjust and, you know, monitor everything while everybody is working from home. You cannot see your employees, you cannot be in direct touch with them, you don't know what your team is doing at home, are they working or not. But then you can develop some kind of a act and kind of a framework and kind of a strategy, and can communicate with them that how wonderfully you know, still virtually everybody feels connected and engaged and be a part of the organization and the team. So that is again very important. So these are some of the symbolic acts, and you have to learn and appreciate the good efforts. Whatever good is being done, you need to learn and appreciate it, right? So again, these are some of the things which are very important from the strategic leadership point of view. Now, what are the three most important leadership skills, especially during COVID times, required? Now, number one skill is humility. Yes, humility, and you cannot deny the fact that humble people are always respected and always loved wherever they go. So you'll always have to be very down to earth. You'll always have to be very humble, right? You have to understand that you know, modesty is something which is priceless, which can be sensed. So you have to be humble towards others. You have to celebrate their small victories, their small you know, genuine goodness, whatever they are just doing in their life. You have to appreciate that, you have to love that. That's very much required. And again, second most important skill which is required is honesty. You have to be honest. You cannot make, I mean, I'm just repeating it, you cannot afford to make any of the false commitment, any false or fake promises or something that you cannot abide to. Whatever you are saying, whatever you are just delivering, whatever you are just committing, you have to abide to it. You have to be very honest about it, and you have to be very transparent about such things as well. right? So honesty is very much appreciated and one of the best skills a strategic leader can just showcase. And the third most important skill which is required is empathy. So again, empathy is very important. Empathy is the ability to identify others point of view, others situation. You have to be very compassionate with others, especially during testing times like COVID-19, when everybody is at home and some are having small children at home and still they are working from home, some have got their elderlies at home. We don't know what kind of a health hazard or what kind of a problems or what kind of a situations are they dealing in their life. But you have to be very kind towards them, you have to be very empathetic, you have to understand like um, what are they dealing with, how can you help them and be that light, how can you can in any which way just help them, so that they also feel very much connected. And just trust me on that, if you just follow these skills, you can just see a drastic change, like the behavior of the people towards the organization. They'll get more engaged, they'll feel more part of the system in the team. Now here you can see some of the world's best leaders: Nelson Mandela, Indira Nooyi, Mother Teresa, Martin Luther, Obama, and Gandhi ji. So I mean, they are the legendaries. We all have grown up watching them, and there is so much to learn from them. All right, so with that, I'll be sharing the quick takeaways from today's session. The takeaways from the session are: number one, you have to be calm, you have to be optimistic, you have to radiate positive energy, you have to reflect. This is a kind of a scenario. If whatever kind of energy, like positive energy, if you are spreading, that will come back to you, that will reflect back to you, and people will feel more pepped up to work, no matter even if they are at home, right? So you have to be very calm, you have to be very optimistic, very positive, you have to be very confident, because people are already in a dicey situation. They don't know that, all right, we were working in a startup and we were getting that much salary, but now startup is at cash crunch, they are not earning profit, how they'll be paying us salary? So nth number of questions are going around in their mind. But then you have to show them you have to communicate with them, you have to have a very transparent kind of a view and communicate, and also make them feel more confident about things. Again, communication, third most important thing which is required is communication, and that has to be very transparent. It should not be that to one team we are saying something and to the other we are saying completely on contrast. No, you have to communicate everything, every single minute detail in a very transparent way to each and every team, to make them feel alike into the system. All right, and also you'll have to collaborate, you have to learn and collaborate and team up with people, because none of the startups and none of the entrepreneurship journey works in vacuum. We all work in team, we all are social animals, and we all need each other, right? So we need each other's support, so we need to learn and collaborate with each other. We all are working like a community for one common goal when it comes to businesses, so we have to appreciate that. And another thing is that we have to be very much compassionate about things. We have to show compassion towards others, we have to be very empathetic towards others, we have to try and understand others point of view, right? And be more solution oriented. You have to be very certain in your solution, you have to find the clarity, you have to have a very simple solutions, right? But you cannot crib about the problem, you always have to see opportunities in any of the adversities, right? So I'm sure that you all are writing like, what exactly according to you a leader should have, like what are the qualities that you think that I have missed but should be there in a good leaders, because we can learn mutually. So that would be wonderful if you are just jotting it down, because by the end of the session I'll be reading it. And also, if you have faced or seen any of the startups facing any of the problems, I'm sure that you all might have noticed like how businesses are facing problems in current scenario, be it lack of cash or be it any other issue. So what do you think, what are the major problem businesses are facing these days according to you? Do share it. So we'll be discussing. Now another most important thing is that you have to be very sensitive. You have to learn and appreciate learn and appreciate and anticipate idea. If anybody is coming up with some kind of idea, you have to anticipate, you have to appreciate, you have to be bold enough. Sometimes, you know, it might happen that you have to give a cold call, but then you should not be afraid about it. You will have to do it, right? Because if businesses are not earning enough amount of profit, then how they'll be giving it to the employees, right? So ultimately the HR department have to put a salary cut, and if salary cut is happening, then obviously the employees are having a kind of a grievance issues and so many multiple other issues. So how to deal with them, how to tackle them, that's again one of the most important things. So you have to be very bold about it. You have to think and plan and strategize everything for the long term. That's again very important thing. And you have to be very, very much thankful about things. Show gratitude, be very mindful about whatever is happening around you, have a positive attitude, smile a lot, because we all have seen during COVID times, it's such a tough times, everybody is facing lot many problems. So a smile is a very small curve. I mean, it can make so many, it can just radiate and make so many things more simple, more easy. And it might, you don't know that you might enlighten someone, or you might make someone happy with that. So again, that's something which is free of cost, and you know, people will appreciate it. So never underestimate that thing. And I'll be just ending with a quotation that great leaders don't tell you what to do, they show you that how it is to be done. So it's again very important that you have to show, you have to be more proactive. Like I said in the beginning, whatever is happening, you have to accept, embrace, and you know, be a part of it, move on and look forward, because so many people out there are just looking at you, and you are that light. You can enlighten so many lives, right? So again, it is very important. And with that, we'll be just wrapping up today's webinar, and I'll be just sharing the detail of the book that I have just launched. It is Unlock Virtual Interviews. So any of you is interested, you can just get it. It is available worldwide on Amazon, and also you can check out my podcast, which is Uncut Nishtha, which is available on Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, and also on Spotify. And I'm sure that you will love it. And don't forget to follow me on LinkedIn so that we can, you know, stay connected. All right. So any questions and feedback, that are more than welcome. I would really appreciate if anybody would like to ask me any other questions. Yes, I can see a lot, many people have written. All right. Alok Mohanji has written, fail fast is the new mantra. True. True, Alok ji. I can just see Rajiv sir has written, resilient. Yes, managing attitude is a challenge. True, sir. I would really agree on that. It is one of the biggest challenges, and one of the biggest quality of a leader, that they should, you know, have it. So that's something really good. All right, Pradeep sir, thank you so much. Thank you. I can see Yogesh sir as well. Thank you so much, sir.
Just to interrupt, Nishtha, Dwivedi sir, you can unmute yourself. Everyone can unmute. Yeah, please, Nishtha.
All right, so I can just see one of the questions here, how to be more positive in entrepreneurship. Nice session. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. That really makes up my day. All right, so how to be positive? See, positivity is something which is very innate. You have to be a self-starter. You have to self-motivate yourself. You know, there are some tips and tricks through which we can just accelerate our inner self and be on that path, while reading about good leaders, while reading about autobiographies, and also reading about some good books and, you know, self-help books, and just, you know, just embracing beautiful things around. And this is the way you can be more positive about life. And also, you know, one of the biggest secret that I would like to share is that just give time to your hobby, whatever it could be, anything that you just love doing, be it cooking, be it reading, be it listening to music. Just spare time for it. You know, you need to follow your passion. It is very important. So if you are just following it, and I'm sure that you can find a good way to be positive in life and, you know, excel there. All right, I hope I have answered your question. I would really appreciate, and thank you so much for a wonderful question. I would really appreciate if anybody else would like to ask me any other questions.
Yes, I have a question. Nishtha, thank you very much. You have given very nice presentation and all that. It's very appreciable.
Thank you so
have
much,
worked
sir.
hard. पर मेरा ऑब्जर्वेशन है 2-3। एक तो ये जो आप केस स्टडी में ये सब फेसबुक और सब व्हाट्सएप और अलीबाबा और इनको सबको दिखाते हैं, तो कुछ एक दो सक्सेसफुल इंडियन स्टोरी भी दिखाया करिए। यू हैव नॉट टेकन ए सिंगल वन। और एयरबीएनबी को देख करके वो यहाँ खुला था हिंदुस्तान में, दैट हैज प्रूव्ड फेल्योर। सो यू हैव टू टेक सम केस तुम्हें, यदि भोपाल में आप प्रेजेंटेशन देते हैं और यहाँ पे देते हैं छोटे शहरों में टियर 2 सिटीज में, then you must take Indian startups who got succeeded, who failed and then succeeded, and who failed and not succeeded. This is one. The second is the points which we have taken, the leadership quality and all that, confidence, communication, collaborations, be positive, mindfulness and all that. This is before COVID also it was there. You are writing that leadership after post-COVID. Before COVID also, those entrepreneurs, they have to be positive, they have to be thankful, they have to be collaborative, they have to be good communicator, they have to have foresightness. So by putting post-COVID, then you must differentiate what they didn't have earlier and what after post-COVID they should have. These are two my observations, which I think you should
Yes, thank you so much.
But Mr. Rajiv Agrawal, who has put the unit before COVID, he has been having positive attitude. He has foresightness. He has humbleness. He has thankfulness. He was mindful. Then he was collaborative. He was communicator. So पोस्ट कोविड वाला मैंने पहले ऐसा नहीं होते थे क्या? लीडरशिप तो लीडरशिप होती है, चाहे आफ्टर कोविड हो चाहे बिफोर कोविड हो. सो दिस हैज टू केप. नाउअडेज द प्रैक्टिस दिस पुराना जारगान है ऊपर पोस्ट कोविड, तो ये दिस हैज टू बी अवॉइडेड.
लेट मी टेल यू समथिंग सर. निष्ठा जी एंड द्विवेदी जी, आपका क्वेश्चन आंसर करता हूँ कि कोविड से पहले की लीडरशिप में और बाद में क्या फर्क आया. कोविड ने कंटेनमेंट जोन सिखाया. कोविड ने सिखाया कि कंटेनमेंट जोन क्या, हम सबको पता है कि उन लोगों को जो थोड़े खराब है उनको डाल देते हैं ताकि वो उन लोगों के कनेक्शन में ना आए जो अच्छे हैं. तो द्विवेदी जी जैसे गुरु जी के सामने ये बात था, तो हम सबको लीडर्स ने क्या किया है, मैंने क्या किया, दिस हैज बीन अ ग्रेट लेसन. वो थॉट प्रोसेसेस, वो एम्प्लॉइज, वो रिलेशनशिप्स जो कि गड़बड़ थे उनको कंटेनमेंट जोन में डाल दिया ताकि वो उन लोगों के संपर्क में ना आए जो बिल्कुल ठीक ठाक है. So if leadership has learned one thing from the COVID, it is convenient job, and we all need to do it. I did it. आपको पता है मेरे यहाँ तो आग लग गई थी कोविड में. I lost 5 crore rupees worth of material in one day. लॉकडाउन में आग लग गई and I bounced back. Today I am India's biggest rebonded manufacturer. तो ये द्विवेदी जी जैसे गुरु जी बैठे हुए हैं, ये सिर पे हाथ रख देते हैं तो आधा काम वैसे बन जाता है लीडरशिप की. अच्छा हो जाती है.
Yeah, it was
so thank
simple
you very much.
observation.
It was wonderful to hearing all the things. Beauty, you have a great content, wonderful presentation, great slides. But द्विवेदी जी जैसे गुरु जी है, इनसे बहुत कुछ हमने अब सबको सीखना है अभी तो.
Yes, sir. I'm also learning it from him. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing such insightful information. I'll just keep it in mind. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
But you have given very nice presentation. Very good. तुम्हारी स्पीड थोड़ी और बहुत ज्यादा है, वो तो उसको थोड़ा और थोड़ा वैसा हमारे जैसे कम पढ़े लिखे लोग समझ नहीं पाते. थोड़ा उसको जरा हम लोग की स्पीड में रखो. तुम पोस्ट कोविड वाली स्पीड मत रखो, प्री कोविड वाली भी स्पीड रखो जरा.
Sir. Thank you so much, sir, for the feedback. Thank you so much.
Very nice.
देवरी सर.
आलोक जी.
निष्ठा मैडम केवल एक ही क्वेश्चन पूछना था.
योगेश जी भी है बहुत अच्छा, वो भी बिल्कुल बेहतरीन.
मैं पूछ सकता हूँ सर?
सर प्लीज सर.
सर वो निष्ठा जी, आपने इतना कंटेंट कहाँ से लाया? मैं तो देख के ही घबरा गया. घोड़ा गजब का.
सर इतने सालों से पढ़ाई करी है तो कंटेंट तो बहुत सारा है मेरे पास.
नहीं बहुत गजब का था. मैं लगातार
3 दिन निकाल दे प्रदीप जी.
हाँ जी सर.
आप तो इतने कंटेंट पे 3 दिन निकाल दे.
नहीं, हम लोग का 3 दिन क्या मतलब, हम तो पहले तो इकट्ठा करने में 3 दिन निकाल दे. पहले तो इकट्ठा करने में 3 दिन निकल जाए और उसको ऐसे पॉइंट में लिखना तो बहुत ही कठिन है. So systematic and wonderful, madam.
Wonderful, great job. Amazing.
Shall I add something?
Yes, sir. Please, Alok ji.
Yeah. So about the question that Dwivedi ji has asked, right? So what are the cases that are happening from Indian perspective? Let me help Dr. Nishtha here. So Dwivedi ji, during this lockdown, Big Basket has scaled up very rapidly, right? because so many people are going for online buying, right? Grocery stores and all that. And during this COVID period, they hired around 10,000 people in their team. And recently, you might have read somewhere that Tata is going to invest in that company, in Big Basket. Another opportunity, one company sees this, they created a sports platform, right? A sports community platform. I think I'm forgetting the name. It starts from G, I think Grotel or anyway. They got funding even during COVID, around $1.7 million. So these are the two. Yeah, the name is Router. Router is a company that came into being during this tough period, and they created a sports community platform. Yeah. So I just thought to help out Dr. Nishtha. Thank you.
True, sir. Thank you so much for such an insightful information. That really means a lot. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you, Alok-ji. Any other question? There's a comment from Manisha ma'am. It was really good and good information, Nishtha.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That really means a lot. Thanks a lot. Thank you for joining in the session. Thanks a lot, sir. That really
it was my pleasure, Nishtha, to hear you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Though
so
I was
much.
busy, but as soon as I got to know, so I thought that I must listen to her. Very good. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thanks a lot. That really means a lot. Thanks.
Pleasure.
Any other question? Any other discussion that we want to take as being an open forum? So we will consider Nishtha as an expert and we can ask our questions.
Yes, please. I mean, shoot on, bring it on. Anybody would like to ask me any other questions or any other feedback or information, or would like to share something? I can see Yogesh sir is also there, but he's not saying anything. Where are you, Yogesh sir? Would really love to hear from you as well.
Good evening, everyone. I'm basically traveling, so I didn't switch on my video, but it's a commendable session like always, Nishtha. I've heard your session previously as well. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. Anybody else would like to ask me any other questions or anything to discuss? More than welcome.
I think your presentation has pretty much summed up everything which was relevant to the discussion and the topic. So thank you, Mr. Ma'am. Thank you very much. Now, as we approach towards the closing of this session, may I request the Honorable Secretary, Bhopal Management Association, Shri N.K. Chibbar sir, to please deliver a vote of thanks.
Thank you, Aditya. Good evening, everybody. I am Naren Chibbar, Honorary Secretary, Bhopal Management Association. As we have come to the end of this session, I would like to thank all the participants and dignitaries. First of all, I would like to thank Dr. Nishtha Pachori, today's expert speaker, for his wonderful, informative, and insightful session. I'm sure it was a great learning for all of us. I would like to thank our co-chairman, Pradeep Karambelkar ji, R.G. Dwivedi ji, and all EC members and participants. Once again, I thank you all. This all.
All right, thank you so much, each one of you. It was wonderful being here, and I really appreciated the way you all interacted, and we already had a discussion. Thank you so much for being so participative and kind. Thanks a lot. Have a great time.
Thank you.